And what's killing me is that there are still people out there today that are doing this again. Why? Why are we doing this? This just blows my mind. Buying a house in this crazy volatile market in 2023 is just, it's enough to make one want to just take up a bad habit to help them cope with the stress of this market.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Oh, bless the saints, it's an ashtray. Oh, I've been thinking of taking up smoking. This clinches it.
I've been saying this, that what I'm seeing right now, it's a repeat of the past couple of years. So we don't want to make any stupid mistakes if we're going to be buying a house right now. So I thought I'd make this video this week to share with you 10 mistakes you need to avoid if you're purchasing a home this year in 2023. I really hope this helps you guys out because this is really important stuff. So you may want to take some notes here. This is good stuff. Trust me. So let's get started. I'll be honest, this market is not turning out to be what I'd hoped it would be. But now, mind you, it's only March. You know, we're still early on, but it's been a little crazy. If you haven't been watching my videos the past couple of weeks, or if you've been living under a rock, yeah, it's insane. It's insane still. Bidding wars, lines out the door at open houses, you know, homes selling in like a nanosecond. Yeah. Mistake number one, timing the market. Don't try to time the market. Just don't time it. I get asked this question all the time. When's a good time to buy? If you want me to tell you when I think prices are going to like level out or when the interest rates are going to come back down, I can't tell you that. And you know what? No one can tell you that. No one has a crystal ball. We're not psychic. We can't predict this stuff. The way you decide when is the right time to buy, it's all up to you and your personal situation, meaning that if you have your pre-approval, you have money saved to your down payment and money saved to cover your closing costs, then that's the right time for you to buy. If you check all those boxes, then you are ready to buy. But I will tell you, don't sit back and wait because you're reading the headlines, you're watching YouTube videos, and people are telling you the market's crashing. This isn't your year to buy. Do not listen to that. Because last year, what happened was people were saying, I'm just going to sit back and wait for prices to come down. Well, guess what happened? Interest rates doubled. So now those people cannot afford to buy a house now because now they can afford less than what they could have a year ago. Don't sit back and wait. If you have all the things ready to go to buy, I would consider buying because as the old saying goes, you don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and wait, meaning that the value of your home is only going to appreciate over time. Mistake number two, your fear of overpaying is paralyzing you from buying. Again, we're going back to all the stuff that's out there in the news about this crazy market. Now, look, I get it. We don't want to overpay. And I know the last 2 years have really spooked people and they don't want to overpay for a house. But you have to keep in mind, homes will appreciate over time. So what you're paying now, it's only going to go up from there. Will there be dips in the market? Probably. There probably will. But if you're in the home for a long time, and I'm talking, 15, 20 years, you're going to make some money back when you sell that house. There may be some situations in the future. We cannot predict this, but if there's a job market crash, will that affect the housing market? Absolutely. But it always recovers. If you look at the history of the trends of when we've had back to 2006, 2007, when we had that crash, we saw it come back up. It recovered. Just understand the home will always appreciate, but you also got to keep in mind you have to be patient. Do not expect to buy a house and then a year from now, you're going to see that prices are leveling off and they're coming down and you're going to freak out. Do not do that. You can't worry about that. The real estate market is not like the stock market. Okay. It doesn't like just go up and down like in a day's time. It doesn't do that. It takes time for it to appreciate. If you are really concerned, here's what I recommend. Do research on the market that you're looking to buy a home. See what the trends have been. Have the prices gone up over time? If they've gone up, then I think you're going to be pretty safe. Your value is going to increase as well. So do your homework, do your research just to reassure yourself. But trust me, the prices will appreciate over time. Mistake number three, shopping with your heart instead of your head. Dear God, do not make this mistake. Look, I get it. People fall in love with houses, or some people have FOMO. They feel like I got to buy a house now and I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You may fall in love with the house and then you may find that, oh, maybe my commute to my job is going to be a little longer than I wanted to. You're going to regret that after a while living in the house. You're going to be hating it and you're going to want to move closer to your job. Or you may find a house only to find out that it's in a flood zone and you're going to feel like, I don't care. I love this house. I love the way it looks. It meets my needs. I love everything about it. That's great. But you got to take a step back and think logically about it. Okay. It's going to cost you more money for flood insurance, or in worst case, what if that house takes on water? If you see a home that you absolutely love and you feel like you want to make an offer on it, just take a step back and look at the whole picture and make sure that it is the right house, not just you loving the house and you love everything about it. Make sure it's right from the whole picture. Mistake number 4, not researching the neighborhood. Oh my God, I've heard this problem before too. I understand we're under the gun these days when it comes to making an offer, and sellers are asking for highest and best offers within 5 to 7 days of the house being on the market. I get that, but do your research on that neighborhood. Drive through that neighborhood through different points of the day. This is what I did when we bought our house 10 years ago, and I think my neighbors must have thought I was like this crazy lady stalking the neighborhood. But you know what? It really helped me out because I wanted to see what the activity was like morning, afternoon, and in the evening. I wanted to see, are there kids playing outside? I saw there were kids in the neighborhood. Are they outside? Are the neighbors outside? Are people out walking around, enjoying the neighborhood? Like, that was really important to us. I wanted to make sure that that was good. I've heard of people saying, like, similar to the prior mistake, that they loved the house, they put an offer on it, only to realize after spending some time being around the neighborhood, and they're like, oh God, this isn't what I wanted, or this isn't what I expected. Yeah, I don't want to buy this house now. Or they have to go through with it and buy it, and then they're stuck with that and they're miserable. Do your research. And look, and I understand you're under the gun, but if you can take the time out of your day and different times of the day, just drive around, look around, like really take it in before you commit to making an offer on that house. Mistake number 5, spending all of your savings on the home. And this is a personal one for me. I'll admit, my husband and I did this when we bought our first home. We wanted our house, which, okay, yeah, we could afford it, but we practically drained our savings account between paying the down payment, the closing costs, and then we had to get furniture because we didn't have bedroom furniture, and we needed a couch for the family room. So I would say like a month after closing, we realized like our bank account was, it was down to like almost nothing. Dumb. Stupid move to do that.
Don't do it. You'll regret it, man. Trust me.
Thank God there weren't any major problems that occurred within the few months following our closing. Had there been any big problems, we would have been screwed because we didn't have a ton of money sitting in our bank account to cover that. So if you're going to be buying a house, make sure that you're going to have some type of a cushion left in your bank account to cover anything comes up. God forbid, you don't know. Because I've heard scenarios where somebody moves into the house, it's Murphy's Law, the central air went, or there was a problem with the furnace, things like that. You always want to be prepared. So make sure you have a few $1,000s sitting in your bank account just to cover those emergency repairs. My husband and I did end up replenishing our savings account. It took a few months, but that was a scary time there because we were like, oh my God, if anything goes wrong, we're in trouble. So just trust me on that one. Hey, can you do me a big favor? I know I'm asking a lot, but could you just like hit the like button? And while you're at it, I would really love it if you subscribed. That would just, oh my God, that would mean the world to me. So thank you. Mistake number 6, not researching any first-time buyer grants or programs. There are plenty of these grants and programs available in pretty much in every state. I know here in New Jersey, there are several programs available. Don't be afraid to look into them. Ask your real estate agent if they have a lender they can recommend that can help them get access to those first-time buyer grants. Talk to a lender, see if they even qualify for it. Mistake number 7, getting only one quote for your interest rate. Oh my God, I've heard this one before too. I get customer loyalty and you've been with your bank for like 20 years and you want to continue banking with them by getting your mortgage through them. That's great. I'm not going to tell you like don't work with your bank, but what I'm going to tell you is shop that rate out and compare. Make sure you're getting the best interest rate, especially in today's market. Go check out 3 or 4 different banks or other lending institutions and compare the rates. There's one thing you don't want to overpay on right away, it's that interest rate. So before you lock in on your mortgage, make sure you're getting the best rate possible. Mistake number 8, buying discount points. Now this is dealing with the mortgages again. Discount points are to reduce the interest rate on the loan. 1 point equals 1% of the amount of your loan. I don't recommend you buying discount points if you're not going to be in the house for a long period of time. I would only recommend doing that, and the mortgage lender is going to tell you that too. They're going to recommend you buy discount points if you're going to be in the house for a long time, because the amount of money you're going to be spending on that point, you're not going to make that money back. Make sure you're in this for the long term if you're going to be buying any discount points. Mistake number 9, ignoring your credit score and your credit report. And people do this a lot, and I get it. They don't really want to know. You know, they kind of bury their head in the sand. They don't want to see what's really going on. But before you talk to a lender, I suggest you check out the credit report yourself. Make sure there are no uncovered errors on it, because that could lead to you getting a poor interest rate, or it could even affect you getting approved for your loan. So get ahead of the game and check that information out before you even speak to a lender. And while you're going through the process of getting your loan, do not charge anything on your credit cards, and do not, God forbid, open another credit card while you're in the process of getting approved for a loan. Why? Because the lender is going to pull your credit again right before closing, just to make sure everything is still good and that you can still afford this mortgage. I've heard it so many times where deals have fallen apart because the buyer went out and got a new credit card so they could, get furniture for the house. Or, you ready for this one? I've heard of people going out and buying a car or leasing a car before they close on their house. And guess what? They ended up not getting the house because they didn't qualify for the loan anymore. So, oh my God, don't mess with your credit. Check your credit to make sure everything's on the up and up before you even speak to a lender. Mistake number 10, waiving the home inspection. Oh my God, I cannot stress this one enough. And what's killing me is that there are still people out there today that are doing this again. They're waiving the home inspections to get the house. Why? Why are we doing this? This just blows my mind. What you can do to make your offer appear stronger is you limit the inspections to just check for any structural defects or any environmental, or in some cases, mechanical issues such as the AC and furnace. Now, I only recommend the mechanic one if you know the AC and the furnace are much older. I would definitely put that stipulation in the contract that is one thing you want to check in your home inspection. But you can actually just look at those major components, because those are the most expensive things that you're going to have to deal with. Waiving the inspection entirely, and then once you close, God knows what the heck is actually wrong with that house. And then you're stuck laying out all this money to fix whatever problems there are, because you just said the heck with it. You're waiving the inspection because you wanted the house that bad. Please don't do that. Oh my God, don't do that. Okay, so we know this year it's going to be pretty costly for you to buy a house, but avoiding these mistakes is going to help you keep you from spending any more unnecessary money on your home purchase. So I really hope that this information helped you today. So if you really liked what you saw today, I have a playlist talking about what's going on right now in this current market we're in 2023. So feel free to go check that out. Thank you so much for watching me today to get your dose of real estate reality. My name is Jackie Baker, and I will see you next time.